Good morning and welcome back to BIFA Link TV, your daily dose of industry information. Today we're joined once again by Ian Matheson for this week's What the Papers Say. So Ian, first things first, thank you so much for joining me. What have we got coming up this week?
Oh, more about tariffs, I'm afraid, Brooke.
Yep,
I
it's
hope you,
certainly been headline news, hasn't it?
it certainly has. I hope you're keeping on top of the situation.
Well, I mean, it's constantly changing, isn't it? So I'm just as confused as anyone else at this point about what's actually going on.
Well, from the BIFA members that I've spoken to, they're certainly pretty confused about what's going on as well. So,
Yeah, I was going to say there's a
anyway,
lot of uncertainty about where it's going, isn't there?
absolutely, yeah. It seems like well, it's almost like US importers and the freight forwarders that serve them are being put in an impossible situation
Yeah,
as this uncertainty, just continues to mount, doesn't it? We don't know day to
yeah,
day what's going on.
yeah.
I mean, I was reading last week a guy called Lars Jensen, who's a bit of an industry consultant. He summed it up nicely. He said, look, if you ship now, you risk the tariffs being removed, and you're stuck paying the high tariffs by shipping early. And if you wait, you risk the tariffs might get increased even further.
Yeah, of course.
Like the old saying, isn't it? To ship or not to ship? That is the question.
It certainly is. I know it's one that a lot of our members have got on their mind at the minute.
Yeah, but you never thought we'd be paraphrasing Shakespeare in an episode of Beef Link TV, though.
No, no, not yet. But of course, that's first first time for everything.
Absolutely. On the subject of tariffs and the ocean freight arena, the consultant Sea Intelligence they produced an interesting analysis of the current state of affairs. They said that whilst there's major east-west capacity growth in container shipping, the current decline in spot rates is significantly more negative than what can be normally explained by the seasonality situation. It says that this could be the result of aggressive commercial price war between shipping lines, potentially due to the switch over to the new alliances and a weakening of the supply-demand balance, or a combination of both. It actually concluded that if shipping lines are to be successful with the general rate increases that they've already announced, they will have to blank more scheduled sailings.
Yeah, I know this is something that MSC have already started doing, so it'll be interesting to see if the other shipping lines will follow suit as well.
That's right, yeah. It's also affecting the air freight sector, of course, and Zenita, the company that specialises in freight rate benchmarking and market intelligence for shipping and logistics, said in a recent announcement that the impact of the elimination of duty-free de minimis treatment for low-value imports from China and Hong Kong, which starts on May the 2nd, is going to be pretty significant. As you know, Brooke, e-commerce has been the main driver for air cargo demand in the last few months, and Zenita says that if you suddenly and dramatically remove the oxygen from that demand, it will cause what they called it a seismic shock to the market.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And I know there's going to be a change in the duty rate, isn't there, to any postal items under $800 as well.
That's right. Yeah, I think they're going to be anything that's valued under $800 gets a duty rate of something like 30% of the
Yeah,
value, or $25 per item, and I think that's even going up on June the 1st. So,
that doesn't surprise me.
yeah. And now I think we should get on to some UK news. The shipping line CLDN is investing in its terminal at Killingholme on the River Humber. It wants to enhance cargo handling capabilities and cater for projected volume growth on its North Sea connections between the port and its terminals in Rotterdam and Zeebrugge. I understand the work includes a reconfiguration of the cargo handling operations to optimise the flow of freight through the terminal, and also to ensure an increase in handling and storage capacity for all types of cargo.
And I know they're looking at finishing that in the second half of next year. Well, if everything goes to plan anyway.
That's what I've heard, yeah. And as you know, in the last week's episode of What the Papers Say, Brooke, we spoke about the approval of the plans for a new Lower Thames crossing. Well, this week I bring you news that the new Silvertown tunnel in East London opened last week. It links Silvertown in East London to the Greenwich Peninsula, and it should help to reduce congestion at the Blackwall Tunnel, hopefully make peak time journeys faster, and also provide an alternative crossing when the Blackwall Tunnel is closed for maintenance and repairs.
Yeah, of course. And like you said, Ian, hopefully this will help in that congestion as well. And I know in terms of pricing, it's £10 for peak times and £5 for off peak as well.
That's right, for HGVs, yeah, that's right.
Yes, yeah, of course.
And finally, for this week, Brooke, I'm sure that like BIFA, many of your trade associations members have been following the planned takeover by DSV of DB Schenker, which was announced last year. Well, last week the European Commission approved the planned takeover, which leaves DSV awaiting a decision now by the US Department of Justice.
Yes, and I know they said that they're looking to close this acquisition in the second quarter of this year, so pretty much any time now, isn't it?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah. Right, well, thank you very much, Ian, as always, for bringing all of this to our attention. We'll pop links to everything we've discussed today in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's edition of BIFA Link TV, your daily dose of industry information.